Very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs classes. So today I'll be going to cover the news analysis from 19th to 20th November, and we have a very important section of news in the regulatory bodies, which you must have seen in the thumbnail itself, that SEBI has proposed to make listing of SMEs more stricter, right? So we will cover all those important news. Stay tuned. Let's begin with the analysis. In first category of ESI finance and business news, you have 8th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. 8th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, right? So you see, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has been very important scheme, particularly when you look at the overall aim of the scheme, which is to provide pakka houses with essential amenities to all eligible households. So this scheme becomes more important. The features, they become more important because we have celebrated the 8th anniversary of it, right? So the launch date, remember, launch date and the validity of schemes. These two features are important because we have seen recently that questions have been asked. So launch date of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin was 20th November 2016, and it was launched in Agra from UP. Also, what is the vision? Vision is housing for all, right? Housing for all. And it is valid, remember, up to March 2029. These kind of schemes which are in news, particularly because of their anniversaries or they have completed certain number of years, they are very, very significant. Of those schemes, remember the launch date and the valid time frame, because remembering these dates for all schemes is not possible, but at least for those who are in news, right? So remember 20th November 16 launch date and valid up to March 2029. And the overall aim, if you see, you might have read this scheme, is to provide pakka houses construction with basic amenities to all the households. What is the exclusion criteria? See, exclusion criteria, earlier there were 13, but now it has been reduced to 10. Such criteria have been reduced to 10. Also, they have raised the income threshold to 15,000 per month. Remember that. That means up to 15,000 per month if you are earning, you are eligible under the scheme. If you are earning more than 15,000 or more, you will be out, or you will not be eligible for the benefits under the scheme. I hope this is clear, right? So 15,000 per month is the thing. One more important thing here, also it provides a minimum house size is 25 meter square, right? And if you see the focus on women empowerment, the 74%, almost 74% only of these schemes, houses, they are owned by women. So the government is aiming for 100% ownership. This is a peculiar feature. So apart from providing housing to all, they are also working towards women empowerment via this. 74% of such households are, such houses are being owned by women. Government is targeting by 2029, make it 100%, right? So this is important. Remember, key features I have discussed with you, the time frame and all. Direct question can be asked. Then on November 17, India's aviation sector has reached a historic milestone. So this is again important because India's aviation sector has crossed the 5 lakh mark of first time daily passengers traveling through the aviation sector. So it has crossed 5 lakh mark with 5,0412 domestic passengers taking flight in a single day, right? And these kind of things are possible because of schemes like Udan. So the Udan scheme, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, which provided for affordable flight tickets to the common man, has been given credit by your Civil Aviation Minister K. Ram Mohan Naidu. Okay, Udan scheme. So that's why, apart from this fact of crossing 5 lakh passengers, traveling 5 lakh passengers traveling in a single day, what also becomes important is Udan scheme. So remember, it is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. When was it launched? It was launched on October 21, 2016. And the first flight, Udan flight, took, the first flight was from Shimla basically to Delhi. Remember that. Then we have very important fact here, Navi, the fintech app, Navi. You all must have heard about Navi, right? So Navi fintech app has become the fourth, you see, fourth largest UPI app. This is very, very important fact. Remember that Navi has become the fourth largest UPI app after Google Pay, Phone Pay, Google Pay and Paytm. So Phone Pay is first, then Google Pay, then Paytm, and fourth is now Navi. Okay, fourth largest UPI app. And this data is coming from your NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India. Then remember, regarding subsidy, the central government has decided to restore subsidy for cargo electric three-wheelers. Cargo carrying three-wheelers. E-three-wheelers, electric three-wheelers, right, for the remaining part of financial year 2025, but with a reduced rate. Remember, so the subsidy they want to resume, but it will be lesser, okay, with a reduced rate. So the subsidy which was earlier set at rupees 50,000 per vehicle, it now will be provided as 25,000 per vehicle. Remember, 25,000 per vehicle. This is for cargo handling electric three-wheelers, okay, and these amounts, they will be, incentives will be available from November 8. And when we are talking about the electric vehicles, PM E-Drive schemes becomes very important. PM E-Drive, PM Electric Drive Revolution in Innovative Vehicle Enhancement. This scheme, remember, was launched on 1st October 2024 for tenure of 2 years. So it will be in implementation up to 2026. 25-26 financial year, okay, and this was launched basically to assist the transformation of transportation system in India from your petrol, diesel based transportation to electric vehicles, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, right? So this is sustained commitment of the government to transform the transportation sector towards more sustainable options. We have lot of subsidies provided under it, okay. So if you see subsidies for the E2 vehicles, two-wheeler vehicles, two-wheelers, that was fixed based on their battery power at 5,000 per kilowatt hour, but the overall incentive, it will not exceed 10,000 in the first year, right? So these kind of initiatives are there. Then next is second year, it will again be halved by 2,500 per kilowatt hour. Then similarly for e-rickshaws, etc., subsidy of 25,000 rupees in the first year was fixed and 12,500 in the second year. These features you can remember, just go through the content religiously. When you go through these news, remember these important features, right? You must have read these schemes number of times. PM E-Drive is something we have repeatedly covered in the current affairs as well. So remember this. Then we have Prime Minister internship scheme in top companies pilot project in news. So you see, recently the applications were open, which invited youth between the age of 21 to 24 years of age to apply in this PM internship initiative, which was launched in October this year. This initiative basically wants to upskill the youth so as to provide them internship opportunities with the top 500 companies. Remember, top 500 companies, where they will be providing them stipend, okay, monthly stipend, and then one-time stipend as well. So this is important. We have covered this thing number of times as well. So October 2024 it was launched. It aims to offer about 1 crore of young people with internship opportunities across different sectors. Eligibility, so the age group should be 21 to 24 years of age, and it is for Indian nationals who are not employed. All right. But remember, graduates from the premier institutes like IITs, NITs, right, IIMs, NLU, all these people, triple ITs, and holders of professional qualifications like CA, CMA, CS, MBBS, BDS, MBA, they are not eligible for this because they can get a job with these degrees, right? You know that. And as per the eligibility criteria, if the income of any of the family members of such a candidate exceeds rupees 8 lakh, it will be ineligible under that. Okay. So if income of any of the family members exceeds 8 lakh for financial year 23-24, you are not eligible under this scheme. Top 500 companies based on their average CSR expenditure are going to participate in this. A stipend, if you see, a stipend is 4,500 from government side and rupees 500 from the companies as part of their CSR initiative. Companies, why would companies provide a stipend? As part of their CSR, corporate social responsibility, right? So this is monthly stipend of 5,000 rupees. 4,500 from government and 500 from the top 500 companies. This is monthly. Apart from them, from these stipends, there will be one-time stipend of rupees 6,000, remember. This will be one time, not every month. So these are important features of PM internship. Then next you have is the Grasim Industries, which is a subgroup of Aditya Birla Group. Grasim Industries commenced commercial operation at its Chamraj Nagar facility in Karnataka, making Birla Paints division the second largest decorative paints maker in India in terms of installed capacity. So after these commercial operations, you have Birla Paints as the second largest decorative paints in the country. Then Morgan Stanley has lowered India's GDP growth forecast for the current fiscal from 6 to 6.7 from earlier 7%. Remember that. In its report, India Economic Outlook. So remember this, in its report, India Economic Outlook, Morgan Stanley has reduced India's GDP growth forecast from earlier 7% to 6.7%. Then you have Asia Index, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, right? Asia Index will be launching its BSE Select IPO. It is set to launch its BSE Select IPO. So remember, Asia Index will be launching this, and this index basically measures the performance of newly listed stocks on BSE. Okay. So just remember that Asia Index will be launching BSE Select IPO. Also, the weightage of stocks, one important fact which you can remember from here is the weightage of stocks. It has been capped at 5%. 5% to lower concentration risk. Now, what does it mean? It means that only, see what happens is in the IPO process, there should not be concentrated investment, right? Only one stock dominating the IPO should not happen, or say only a few stocks dominating the IPO should not happen. Getting my point? So to diversify the risk, also to reduce the concentration risk, these kind of actions are taken. So only 5% weightage of stocks in the index is capped at 5%, not more than that, right? So that IPO remains more of a capital raising activity. Getting my point? Okay. Also reducing the concentration risk. I hope this is clear. And Asia Index ka base value, if you see, is 1000 base value, on the basis of which the performance is then measured. Base value is 1000 for Asia Index, and the it was first published in May 30, 2014, right? So the base value will be 1000. First value date which was released was May 30, 2014. So remember Asia Index, and remember the cap on stocks will be 5%, not more than that. This is to reduce the concentration risk. Now moving on to regulatory bodies, and this is what I was saying, that SEBI has proposed more stricter regulation for listing of the SMEs. Okay, more. So SEBI proposes 2 times hike in application size and more stricter criteria for the small and medium enterprises. Let's see all of them. These are very, very important for all the upcoming examination. Listen them carefully and remember the facts as well. So what are these new criteria now? First of all, if you look at the eligibility conditions, all the issuers of say IPO, they will be eligible to make an offer only if the issue size is more than 10 crore and if the operating profit is 3 crore for at least 2 out of 3 financial preceding years. So you will be able, as an SME, you will be able to offer, or for public offer, the minimum eligibility criteria will be only if your issue size is more than 10 crore and if the operating profit from at least 2 out of the 3 previous financial years has been 3 crores. Remember. So remember this 10 crore and 3 crore criteria, right? Then the related party norms under listing obligations and disclosure requirement will be extended. What does it mean? I think first point is clear. This much eligibility is there, right? 10 crore ka minimum you should have the issue size and then you will be eligible. Next thing, you must be knowing what are these LODR regulation, listing obligation and disclosure requirements. They will be extended to SME entities. Now that would mean SEBI is going to regulate the related party norms. What are these related party norms? Related party norms basically regulate the transactions between these entities and their related parties like relatives, investors, board of directors, right? All these related parties. So these transactions are going to be monitored now. Clear? So as to ensure transparency. So these will be extended to SMEs as well, but there is one exception. What is the exception? Except for those SMEs with a paid up capital and net worth not exceeding 10 crore and 25 crores. So those SMEs will not come under this LODR regulation whose say paid up capital does not exceed 10 crore and the net worth does not exceed 25 crores. Paid up capital does not exceed 10 crore and net worth does not exceed 25 crores. Also, the listed firms, they will be required to submit shareholding patterns, a statement of deviations, financial results every quarter. So the process is going to be more transparent, right? They will have to, every quarter, they will have to publish shareholding patterns. How much shares being held by shareholders, what is the shareholding pattern, etc. There is statement of deviations. Any deviations from your financial targets set out in the previous any statement, if there are deviations, clearly specify them. Financial results of your performances, etc. So that the investor is well informed. Getting my point? So that it attracts informed and sophisticated investors, making the process more reliable and transparent. So this was about the eligibility conditions. Then second category mein, the proposal says increasing minimum application value. So SEBI has proposed that the minimum application value will be doubled to rupees 2 lakh. Minimum application value will be doubled to rupees 2 lakh. Existing one is 1 lakh. So at least 2 lakh ka application value you should have if you want to list yourself. Right? Minimum application value 2 lakh. Then lock-in period, lock-in requirement by promoters. So lock-in on your minimum promoter contribution in the SME shall be increased to 5 years. Presently, the minimum lock-in period for the promoters is 3 years. They want to increase it. They want to increase it to 5 years. To ensure that the process remains more stable and the promoters, they also remain accountable, right? So it has to increase to 5 years. This is the proposal from the present 3 years. Then also lock-in for 50% of promoters holding in excess of the MPC will be released after 1 year. And the lock-in for remaining 50% will be released after 2 years. So out of this lock-in amount, 50% will be released after 1 year and remaining 50% will be released after 2 years, remember. Is this clear? Also, the SEBI is considering an increase in the minimum number of LOTs from the current 50 to 200 to declare SME IPO successful. If you want to declare your IPO successful, minimum number of LOTs you require, right? But then it is proposing to increase from present 50 to 200 for SMEs. Remember this. Remember. So those bidders who receive this allotment of shares, they should be at least 200. Presently it is 50, so they want to increase it up to 200. Also, the offer for sale in SME IPO may be restricted to 20% of the issue size. Remember that. Just go through these facts. Now, one important fact which we have here, we have discussed the minimum number of LOTs required, that they are proposing to increase it from 50 to 200. That's okay. But this point, the offer for sale in SME IPO, they want to restrict to 20% of the issue size. Why? Any reasons for that? See, what is this thing? Offer for sale. Offer for sale may you allow your existing promoters or shareholders to sell out their shares in offer for sale, right? Sell out their shares. Now, to make IPO more of a process of raising capital, this has to be restricted. Otherwise, it will become a platform to sell out your shares. Are you getting my point? So that's why you see, this is important. 20% of the issue size it will be restricted to the offer for sale. So as the process of IPO does not become a source of platform of selling out your shares, but becomes a source of raising capital, right? So these are certain important proposals. Then you have appointment of monitoring agency. It will be mandatory to appoint a monitoring agency if your fresh issue size is higher than 20 crores. You will be required to appoint a monetary agency. Then post-listing exit opportunity for the shareholders may be provided. Also, the fees paid to merchant bankers, they will have to be disclosed in the red herring prospectus. What is this red herring prospectus? You all know that, right? RHP. RHP is a detailed document which is provided before the IPO process, where a lot of details are shared, right? So in this document, this has to be specified, the fees paid to the merchant bankers. Also, the SMEs may be required to disclose their senior level employees. The draft RHP of SME IPOs filed with the exchanges should be made available to public for comments for at least 21 days from the date of public announcement. From the date of public announcement, such detailed RHP, draft RHP should be made available for public opinion and comments for at least how many days? 21 days, remember. So these were certain proposals which SEBI has proposed, not finalized, to be implemented, which will make IPO, which will make listing process more stricter for SMEs, but will make it more transparent. stable source of raising capital, right? So I think all of these points are clear. We have discussed each and every concept. Also, we have discussed the facts. So remember both the things, right? This was important. Now next we have in regulatory bodies news is RBI report on municipal finances. Recently, RBI has released a report on municipal finances. It has clearly highlighted that urban economic activities, they have increased, right? Urban economic activities and digital assessments have increased. Some municipal corporations have collected a lot of property taxes, which has given a boost to their finances, right? So, one important fact which you need to remember here is the top three states in terms of property tax collection, which has boosted their municipal corporations' financial health, are there. Which are these top three states? So you have Delhi, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. Remember these three names, Delhi, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. They have registered compounded annual growth rate of 26%, 23%, 23% in property tax mop-up. Now, if you see the state having lowest increase in terms of property tax collection is West Bengal. Okay, so highest increase Delhi, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. Then you have lowest increase is with West Bengal. So this is the report. I hope it is clear. Now next thing. In banking news, you have SBI raising $500 million via 5-year bonds from international investors. Okay, through its London branch. $500 million it has raised via international investors. Remember that. Then we have Finance Minister unveiling specially minted commemorative coins. So, commemorative coin, 100 rupee coin has been there in news. Why? What is the purpose? So to celebrate an anniversary or something, these kind of coins, commemorative coins are issued by the government of India. This is to mark the centenary of SBI's iconic Horniman Circle branch. This is marking the centenary of Horniman Circle branch of SBI. Horniman Circle is a very old, very important branch of SBI in Mumbai, the financial capital of India, right? That's why it is important. So remember, 100 rupee commemorative coin has been issued. Then you have IndusInd Bank and Bharat Financial Inclusion Limited. They have announced a collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture to launch Bharat Sanjeevani Krishi Utthan Initiative. Bharat Sanjeevani Krishi Utthan Initiative. What they will be doing under this collaboration, they are aiming to support government's flagship programs of helping the FPOs, farmer producer organizations, empowering them, providing them skills, providing them assistance, mentorship, finances, etc. Because these FPOs, they play a very important role in empowering the farmers then and the agriculture community, right? Then we have again very important fact. We have Government of India's own OTT platform, Waves. So like you have your OTT platforms, Netflix, Amazon, etc. You have Waves as the OTT platform of government, right? So CM of Goa has launched Waves, the OTT platform for the national public broadcaster, the Prasar Bharati. This is Prasar Bharati's OTT platform. So a lot of, you see, you call it movies, etc. They will be broadcasted via this. That would be informative in nature, of course, right? So OTT platform is important. OTTs in media, they have transformed the entertainment arena, right? So let's see how is it going to transform this thing for Prasar Bharati. Waves, remember it is Waves. It was launched at the opening ceremony of 55th International Film Festival of India, you know, to be held in Goa, right? And this OTT, one important feature, remember, on this OTT platform, content will be available in 12 different languages. Okay, so this is going to be very, very significant. Also acknowledging and celebrating the linguistic diversity of India. So remember, this 12 languages will be there on Waves platform. Then we have India participating in your travel exhibition, which is IBTM Barcelona 2024. India has participated in this travel exhibition at Barcelona. What was the theme? Theme was people, power and potential. Okay, people, power and potential. Then next we have is Jal Shakti Ministry has launched 3-week long campaign Hamara Shauchalay, Hamara Samman on the occasion of World Toilet Day, which is 19th November. We have covered this news of World Toilet Day in yesterday's CA. Overall aim, if you see, they want to improve the sanitation infrastructure. Now, one static fact which is important when covering all these things is, when did India achieve the open defecation free status? So the correct answer would be 2019. Remember this year. Then we have Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, the DPIIT has celebrated 8th anniversary of 4 new industrial corridors. Industrial corridors, they play a significant role as they provide boost to the industrial activities, right? So these are the 4 new industrial corridors of which 8th anniversary have been celebrated. Amritsar, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, East Coast Economic Corridor, and you have Bengaluru, Mumbai Industrial Corridor. They were approved in 2016. Then we have very important thing coming from the Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog. What is this Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog? Atal Innovation Mission was launched basically with an idea to promote innovation and entrepreneurial skills, motor skills among students, right? Under which you have Atal Tinkering Labs established as well to provide the practical experience and knowledge. Atal Innovation Mission has launched the 4th cohort of Community Innovator Fellows. You will tell me what all are the 3 other cohorts. These cohorts are very important. These have been directly asked in RBI Grade B examinations, right? So tell me the other 3 cohorts of Atal Innovation Mission or Niti Aayog. This is the 4th one, which is Community Innovator Fellows. This is to empower local innovators, those who are engaged in innovation kind of thing, enabling them to address community specific challenges via their innovative ideas. Okay, and this is being supported by your Capgemini India, which is a global leader in consulting technology. So this is the question for all of you. In the next class, I'll be asking you which are the other 3 cohorts. Okay, the 4th one is this. Remember, this is important and cohorts have been asked directly in the examination. Then you have next thing, Union Minister of Jal Shakti has launched a newly developed Bhu Neer portal. Remember, Bhu Neer portal has been recently launched on 19th. I think it should be, yes, September. So what is this Bhu Neer portal? Bhu Neer portal basically aims to provide or improve groundwater regulation across the country. As the name only suggests, Bhu Neer is what? Groundwater. And groundwater is a fresh water source of source of water. So groundwater is depleting. You all know that we need to recharge them. So groundwater regulation needs to be more stricter. In this regard, Bhu Neer portal is advanced portal developed by the Central Groundwater Authority under Ministry of Jal Shakti. Remember, in collaboration with whom? With National Informatics Center, which will be one-stop solution for managing and regulating groundwater resources. Remember that. Then you have Ministry of Science and Technology launching India's first Artificial Intelligence Data Bank, AI Data Bank. So MeitY has launched India's first AI Data Bank. What is this? It is aiming to propel innovation and boost country's national security, basically. What will it do? This data bank will be providing your researchers, startups, developers access to high quality data sets for creating AI solutions. So it will help India in scaling in AI solutions, right? Integrating them with the industry. So Industry 4.0 ka jo vision hai, it will assist us to achieve that. I hope it is clear, right? So remember this, First AI data bank. It was launched at the 7th edition of the ASSOCHAM AI Leadership Meet, Associate Chambers of Industry and Commerce meeting, which had a theme of, so remember this was 7th edition of ASSOCHAM meeting with the theme of All AI for India, Advancing India's AI Development, Innovation, Ethics and Governance. Sorry. Next, we have Department of Biotechnology and Biotechnology Research and Innovation Council has introduced One Day, One Genome initiative. One Day, One Genome initiative. What is this? This is showcasing the microbial potential of India. How much microbial potential do we have as a country? Okay. This is going to highlight some unique bacterial species found in our country and emphasizing on their roles in environment, agriculture, human health, etc. So this is the thing, remember. Moving on to state news, Haryana government has notified Haryana Good Governance Award Scheme 2024, okay, to promote good governance basically, which will be providing awards at state level and district levels, and it will carry 51,000 rupees. Each award will carry 51,000 rupees, while state level awards will carry 51,000 for the first prize only. District level prizes amount, if you see, will be 31,000. So this is for good governance, remember that. Then you have Asia's largest tech conclave, 27th Bengaluru Tech Summit. This is Asia's largest tech conclave. Okay, remember which edition? 27th Bengaluru Tech Summit has been inaugurated, where we have deliberations on software, biotechnology, aerospace will be there. And you will have companies like Microsoft, Intel, Accenture, IBM, BFSI consortium signing MOUs with the government for overall tech development in the state, right? Then we have Telangana government has established Telangana Artificial Intelligence Advisory Council to adopt best AI practices in the governance of the state. This can be taken as an example for remaining states. Then you have Assam cabinet renaming the Karimganj district as Shri Bhumi. Karimganj district of Assam has been renamed as Shri Bhumi. Remember, Shri Bhumi. Then in the international news, you have 19 G20 summit ended with Brazil's President Lula da Silva. Remember this name because Brazil has presided over the G20 for 2024. In upcoming 2025, you know, South Africa is going to preside over it, and after that USA, right? And it has handed over the presidency to the President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. Then India has also released some $2.5 million of tranche in financial aid to UN Relief and Workers Agency for Palestinian refugees in Near East, right? So you see these tensions are going on. So we have given out these this assistance or this relief. Then you have Ecuador. Ecuador has declared 60-day national emergency. Remember which country? Ecuador has declared 60-day national emergency for what? For tackling wildfires, water shortages, drought afflicting the South American country. So you see, in December-January period, the southern hemisphere countries, they witness wildfires, right? Because of the position of the sun. So these wildfires, they are in news. Australia's wildfires in November, December, January month. So because Ecuador in news, so capital would be important. Remember Quito, and president is Daniel Noboa. Currency will be US dollars. Asian Development Bank has approved $200 million policy-based loan to support Sri Lanka in strengthening its financial sector. We have seen the economic performance of Sri Lanka has deteriorated due to a lot of reasons if you see post-pandemic as well, right? So this $200 million of assistance it has support it has announced for Sri Lanka to help it regain its financial strength. Then we have African penguin. African penguin has been uplisted from endangered to critically endangered by the IUCN. So the IUCN red list, which tracks the population of these species and on their threat to their existence, on the basis of threat to their existence, it gives them status, IUCN status, right? So this, remember, African penguin has been placed into a new category of critically endangered because it has more serious threat to its survival now. Risk of extinction is also there. Then in the MOUs, mergers and acquisitions, we need not discuss them in detail. So National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers, the NABH, has signed an MOU with the RRSDI, Research Society for Study of Diabetes in India, so that quality and consistency of diabetes care can be improved in India. Then next, Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited has signed an MOU with your H2 Global stiff tongue to establish a collaborative framework to promote green hydrogen initiatives. So this MOU is for green hydrogen deployment and development. Then your MMT, Make My Trip, MMT, online travel company, very famous, you all know that, right? MMT has signed a business transfer agreement to acquire Happy's expense management platform CRED for an undisclosed amount, which has not been disclosed, of course. So it will be acquiring this. Then we have Good Glam Group. Good Glam Group has completed acquisition of 100% stake in the MOUs Co. Okay. So it has 100% stake now in the MOUs Co. These top brands, you all know that, the beauty brands, right? Skincare brands. Then we have the hospitality chain Hilton Hotels. It has signed a strategic licensing agreement with Olive by Embassy to open 150 Spark Hilton hotels across India. This is not so much important. You can leave this. Then you have Tata Power Company has entered into a strategic partnership with Druk Green Corporation to develop 5,000 megawatt of clean energy generation capacity in Bhutan. So this is going to be clean energy capacity, enhancement of clean energy generation capacity for Bhutan. Moving on to science and tech, so we have Project Veer Gatha in defense. Remember, so the news is more than 1.76 crore school students from 36 states and UTs have participated in Project Veer Gatha 4.0. What is this Project Veer Gatha? Initially, it was instituted in 2021 with the aim of disseminating the motivational, inspirational tales and sacrifices of the gallantry awardees. All those awardees who have sacrificed their life for the security of India, right? So this was the initial aim and a lot of students have participated in this. Remember that. Then we have Indian Army successfully concluding a multilateral annual joint humanitarian assistance, also disaster relief exercise. What is the name? Sanyukt Vimochan 2024. Remember, Sanyukt Vimochan 2024, where it was held in Ahmedabad and Porbandar, Gujarat. Ahmedabad and Porbandar, Gujarat. Then you have Prime Minister and Italian counterpart Giorgia Meloni. They have announced a 5-year strategic action plan. Italy-India joint strategic action plan. What is the tenure? Remember, this is important. 25 se 29, 5 years. So upcoming 25 se 29. Okay, where they will be having a lot of cooperation on lot of areas like economic, defense, space, etc. Rankings may we have India securing the top position, securing the top in rank in top 100 worst polluted cities position in globally, with 39 Indian cities in top 100, right? So this is not something to celebrate. It is very disappointing. 39 Indian cities. Remember how many, this figure is important. 39 Indian cities are in top 100 most polluted cities according to the S&P Global Mobility Report. Okay, and it has surpassed China. China only has 30 cities in the top 100. Then we have, according to the report, Roadmap for India's City Systems Reforms by Jan Agrah, which is not-for-profit organization. Around 46% of councillors in India are women. 46% of councillors. Who are these councillors? Councillors, these are the elected representatives of the local government tiers, like municipal councils and bodies, right? So 46% of them are women. And among these states, if you see, Tamil Nadu has the highest number of women councillors. This is a very, very important fact. Remember, which state has maximum number of women councillors in India? So that answer would be Tamil Nadu. Then, according to quarterly periodic labor force survey, yesterday only in the CA class, I have covered it in detail and also given you the difference between labor force, workforce. I hope you all remembered that, right? According to that survey, the percentage of jobless people, they continue to be in double digits in Jammu, Kashmir, Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Kerala. So we need to tackle this problem in these states and UTs. But Delhi, if you see, has registered lowest jobless rate, right? So Delhi mein you have the lowest jobless people rate, right? Unemployment rate, to be very specific. Delhi mein it is less. So Jammu Kashmir mein you see 10.7% higher than the national average of unemployment rate. That is quite higher. We need to create opportunities, right, of employment. Otherwise, the demographic dividend phase which we are going through right now, where we have the maximum population in the working age group, will go in waste, isn't it? So then awards may, very, very important, remember Coal India Limited. Coal India Limited has received the prestigious Green World Environment Award. Green World Environment Award has been clinched by Coal India Limited in the corporate social responsibility category. Remember the category as well. Which category? The CSR category, corporate social responsibility. CSR, you know, as per section 135 of Companies Act, companies are required to dole out at least 2%, minimum 2% of their, say, average net profits last 3 financial years for corporate social responsibility, say for economy, for ethics, segment, for social well-being, basically, right? So CSR category mein Coal India Limited has received this award. Remember that. Then you have Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for 2023 was presented to classical pianist and conductor Daniel Barenboim and Palestinian peace activist Ali Abu Awad. Okay, remember these two names for the prizes. If you see, Mr. Barenboim has been selected for his contribution for accelerating peace and harmony, and Mr. Awad has been selected for his advocacy for dialogue through organization routes, like, you know, importance of dialogues. So these are the things. Then in the sports category, you have India clinching the in hockey. India has clinched Women's Asian Champions Trophy in Bihar, and the Indian women's hockey team has won their second consecutive title by defeating China in this segment. Okay. Before, they have clinched this 2016 and then 23. Then you have top scorer Deepika Sehrawat, best player Deepika Sehrawat, best goalkeeper Yu Kudo from Japan, best young player Ten Xingzhuang from China. Then you have Youth Asia Climbing Championship, which is India's, so in IFSC Youth Asian Climbing Championship, you have Joga Purti begging the silver medal in finals of women's under 18 category or event. Then in Odisha, so you have in hockey, Odisha hockey team has won the Hockey India 14th Senior National Championships title, defeating the state of Haryana. Remember that. Odisha has clinched this title. Then West Bengal has won team champions with 151 medals at the 4th National Fin Swimming Championship 2024, which was held in New Delhi. Also, one more important fact that India will be hosting the inaugural Kho-Kho World Cup from January 13 to 19, 2025 at New Delhi Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium. So this is important. You can remember India will be hosting the inaugural Kho-Kho World Cup. Okay. Then appointments may you have K. Sanjay Murthy appointed as 15th Comptroller and Auditor General of India. This appointment is very, very important. Very important. Remember this. So K. Sanjay Murthy, 15th. Remember the number as well. 15th CAG of India. Replacing Girish Chandra Murmu. Then you have Cambodia's National Assembly has approved appointment of Prak Sokhon as Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. So remember this is from Cambodia. Then we have Justice D. Krishna Kumar will be sworn in as 8th Chief Justice of High Court of Manipur. Then you have Puneet Goenka resigning from the post of MD from Z Entertainment Enterprises. Talking about conferences, so we have inaugural session of Global Soil Conference 2024 was recently held by Union Minister of Agriculture in New Delhi. It was organized, remember, by Indian Society of Soil Science, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICR, and National Academy of Agricultural Sciences. What was the theme of this conference? That can be important. Theme was caring soils beyond food security, climate change mitigation, and ecosystem services. Then we have Union Minister of State for Environment and Climate Change. Together with the Swedish counterpart, they have co-chaired, remember, the annual summit of leadership group for industry transition held with the ongoing, recently held COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan. So on the sidelines of it, it was recently held where they have planned to support each other in aligning their heavy industries with the overall objectives set out clearly in the Paris Agreement, right? Then we have All Living Things Environmental Film Festival going to be held in Mumbai from 22nd November to 8th December in Liberty Cinema, okay, which will be promoting environmental awareness through films. This is important. What will be the theme? Theme will be climate change. So theme is not specific. It covers basically climate change, biodiversity, conservation, sustainability, and impact of human activity. Then important days in obituaries. Let's see what do we have. So we have Uma Das Gupta playing the role of Durga in Satyajit Ray's iconic film The Pather Panchali, has died at 84. Then you have important days. 7th Naturopathy Day. 7th Naturopathy Day has been there under Ministry of Ayush. What was the theme? Healthy aging and longevity. Remember the theme of 7th Naturopathy Day, healthy aging and longevity. When is it observed? 18th November, remember, okay. World Fisheries Day observed on 21st November by Ministry of Fisheries. And this year's theme, so this year's theme was India's Blue Transformation. Remember this. India's blue transformation is strengthening small scale and sustainable fisheries. The fisheries industries has a very huge potential to add to India's marine ecosystem and marine economy particularly, right? Also boosting up the marine exports. Then you have International Men's Day recently observed on November 19 to recognize and honor the significant contributions of men to societies, families, and communities. What was the theme? Positive male role models, positive male role models. Then we have next National Integration Day, observed every year on November 19, marking the birth anniversary of Indira Gandhi. Then World Children's Day, 20th November, theme listen to the future. Listen to the future. This is not National Children Day, remember, World Children Day. Then we have person in news mein, we have President inaugurating 125th birth anniversary celebration of Utkal Keshari Dr. Hare Krishna Mehtab. Now this person has been very famous leader in Indian history, known for freedom, known as the freedom fighter, politician, historian, writer, reformer, social reformer, journalist, right? And therefore a commemorative stamp and coin has also been released. Then you have renowned Spanish tennis player, the legendary Rafael Nadal, has announced his retirement from tennis after the Davis Cup. So remember, this is quite significant. Rafael Nadal, you all know, the tennis legend, so has announced his retirement after the Davis Cup. Now we have to discuss his achievements. Total titles, if you see, 22 Grand Slam titles he has won. Okay, 2 in men's history after Novak Djokovic. Okay, then French Open 14, Wimbledon में 2, Australian Open 2 and US Open 4 he has won. So this was about the current affairs. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs from the news, right? I hope you have paid attention to the class. So let's try and answer these questions then. The top 5 shorts or top 5 MCQs which we have. Okay, just a second. The first question, which of the following fintech app has recently become 4th largest UPI app in the country? I have told you these kind of information are important. 4th largest UPI, anything related to UPI is important. The correct answer would be, tell me quickly, anyone? I think the second or third news article only, which we have covered today. The correct answer is Navi. So Navi has become the 4th largest UPI app. Next question. As per the latest proposals by SEBI, the lock-in period on or lock-in on minimum promoter contribution in SME IPO shall be increased to how many years? I have in detail discussed this thing, these proposals by SEBI for SME listing and IPO with you. How many years they have proposed to increase this lock-in? How many years? So to 5 years, up to 5 years they are proposing to increase it. Presently it is 3 years, right? So from 3 years to 5 years. Next question. Question number 3. As per the latest report by RBI on municipal finances, which of the following states have collected maximum property taxes? Tell me. As per the latest RBI report on municipal finances, which of the following states have been the top revenue collectors in terms of property taxes? If you remember, Delhi, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, these 3 are there. So all of the above will be the correct answer, option D. Next question. According to the recent S&P Global Mobility Report, how many Indian cities are there in top 100 most polluted cities? How many? How many Indian cities are there in top 100 most polluted cities? Tell me quickly. 30? No. It is 39. If you see, I have clearly stated out this thing in the CA discussion today. 39 cities, surpassing China with 30 cities, right? So 39 cities of India in top 100 most polluted cities, 39. Then next and last question of these shorts, which of the following has received the Green World Awards recently in London? Green, yes, 39. Green World Awards 2024 in London has been backed by ONGC, GAIL, Coal India Limited, Oil India Limited, none of the above. In the CSR category, if you remember, I have told you, in the corporate social responsibility category, the award has been backed by which of the following enterprises? Yes, any answers? C. Okay, Coal India Limited, very good. C is the right answer. So Coal India Limited has backed this award. And remember the category as well. What was the category? CSR. Category can also be asked, okay? So remember the CSR category, under CSR category, Coal India Limited has backed this award in London. So these were top 5 shots, top 5 questions from today's discussions. I hope these were useful for you and I hope the class was interesting. Remember the SEBI proposals, all these concepts and facts. Let's see when they get finalized. But these are proposals, so they were important to discuss. And that was it for today's news analysis and questions. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll end this session here. Any doubts? Anyone? All right then. Thank you so much. See you in the next session. Till then, have a great day. Thank you.